Hello, I'm Sabina CPA financial planner. I advocate for you to pay less taxes, both legally, legitimately, and ethically. Our practice focused on tax-smart investing and wealth building. Today, I'd like to talk about how you can plan that post-pandemic vacation and save big. When you thought about taking a vacation over the past year, did you feel a deep sense of longing, confusion about travel restriction and quarantine rules, fear of catching a potentially deadly virus? All the above? That's me. That's why I want to do this video with you. Just know that you're not alone. The number of Americans traveling took a nosedive when the pandemic hit. Cruise lines shut down, hotel occupancy dropped, and global air traffic fell by 66% from 2019. The sharpest decline in the aviation history, according to the International Air Transport Association. But now, with the widespread availability of the vaccine in the US, many people are opting to get away. And the travel industry is welcoming them back with discounts and deals. In fact, it's never been easier to fly without breaking the bank. Domestic flights have gotten cheaper than they were pre-pandemic. There are still international deals too. Here's what to expect as you plan your post-pandemic vacations. You should be able to save on airfare. Most passengers right now are leisure traveler, not business traveler, because vacation is by definition optional. Airlines are forced to price flights competitively. There's no shortage of websites to help you search for flights. It can be overwhelming, but keep in mind the sites like Orbitz, Kayak, Travelocity, and Expedia generally all find the same prices, so use the site you're most comfortable with. Google Flight is a great basic option if you know where you want to go. Skyscanner is a frequent traveler's favorite. It features destinations that have cheaper than average flight from the US on any given day. Once you are ready to research, keep in mind there is no cheapest day or time to book flights. That's a myth, as fares can and do change by the minute. There is, however, some strategy involved in when to fly. Generally speaking, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday are the cheapest days to travel. The cheapest time of the year are usually January through March and October to November, setting aside Thanksgiving. But that doesn't mean that these times are always cheapest. There are more cheap lodging options than ever. Airbnb remains popular, but there is also Bookings.com and Agoda.com. Agoda.com is the strongest for travel in Asia. These sites offer deals on hotels, private homes, hostels, and more. Some discounts are massive, 70% off or more. So if you are flexible in destination, you can save big on an exotic getaway. Check for direct flights, even if they didn't exist before. Since the pandemic, many travelers prefer direct flights to limit potential exposure. That has led to a shift towards point-to-point flying instead of the traditional hub-and-spoke model. For example, you can now fly from a relatively small city like Dayton, Ohio, directly to destinations like Punta Gorda, Florida. So if a route from your airport wasn't available before the pandemic, check again. Consider exploring the great outdoors. The only U.S. state with more flights in and out now than in 2019 is Montana. To get away without giving up social distancing, RV life has a major appeal. You can do so with no need to buy your own vehicle by using the website Outdoorsy and RVshare.com. These peer-to-peer rental marketplaces let you rent an RV the way you would an Airbnb property. RV rentals skyrocketed early in the pandemic and remains high. In April, they were up 846% from the same time last year. Summer bookings are already flooding in by the thousand, said RVshare CEO John Gray. The U.S. national park also got a boost in popularity from COVID-19. To the extent travel has existed during the pandemic, it's been an outdoor destination like national parks. A desire to remain socially distanced during the time of the highly contagious airborne virus is a great excuse to see some of the iconic places right in our backyard. For help deciding which of the country's more than 400 parks to explore, findyourpark.com has a handy park finder. which allows you to plan your trip by filtering categories like location and interest, such as from historical places to stargazing and canoeing, when cruises are launching a comeback. Major cruise lines stymied by the US shutdown are getting creative and embarking from locales outside the US, including the Caribbean, United Kingdom, and Israel. Expect heightened security protocol and lower passenger loads, added amenity and off-season discount. The website cruisesheet.com can help you find the latest deals. And international travel is not bad. Traveling abroad remains more uncertain than domestic, given the ever-changing COVID-19 situation. But some European countries, including Greece and Croatia, are reopening, and airlines are pouncing on it. Icelandair celebrated their country's reopening in April with $349 round trip from North America. That fare is gone, but expect the deals to keep coming. Most deals are 40% to 90% off normal prices, including so-called mistake fare, when an airline sells a ticket for significantly less than intended. Last year, mistake fare allowed a member to book round-trip ticket from Boston to Puerto Rico on JetBlue for $23 and from Atlanta to Santiago, Chile for $63. Can you believe that? Deals come in many forms. Regardless of nightly rate, companies are finding ways to add value. For example, for travel during the Central American low season, which is from May to November, fishing lodges are sweetening deals with special like spouses fish free and spa or meal credits. Here are some essential planning tips. Use those vouchers. Consumers are sitting on an estimated $10 billion in flight vouchers as a result of pandemic travel disruptions. If you are one of them, find your voucher and read the fine print rather than looking on the airline's website. Some airlines have multiple types of vouchers. Check the expiration date. Must you book by then or travel by then? And whether it's transferable. If you aren't satisfied, call customer service. Airlines are far more accommodating with extension requests than many people realize. Airline agents have a lot of discretion. If someone says no, hang up and call again. Shop around and be ready to pull the trigger. Airfares are volatile, can vary widely from day to day. A classic mistake is finding a deal and sitting on it in hopes of discovering an even better one. If you see a price you like, buy it. U.S. airlines are required to offer free refund within 24 hours if you book directly with the airline at least 7 days before the departure dates, in which case you have time after the purchase to figure out whether you can make the trip or not. Read the fine print on cancellation. Many companies are offering flexible cancellation and rebooking policies. Some aren't. Don't get caught with a booking that can be changed or refunded at little or no cost. Many airlines now allow you to change tickets with no penalty, but that flexibility does not extend to cancellations unless you buy a fully refundable fare. Keep up on latest CDC guidelines and local regulations. Some countries require proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test for entry. Others, like the Dominican Republic, requires nothing. Rules for re-entry to the US can change anytime, so know before you book and check frequently before traveling. Flip the script on planning. Typically, when booking a flight, people decide where and when they want to go, then look at airfare. If you want to find travel deal, reverse the process. Ask yourself, where are there cheap flights available? Of those, which interest me the most, when could I go? On Google Flights, you can click Explore in the top left field of the homepage and search for the best deal to anywhere in the world from your home airport. You may narrow by time frame and trip duration. For example, click I want to go for 2 weeks anytime the next 4 months, or I want to go for a weekend in September. On Skyscanner, you can enter Explore Everywhere as your destination rather than locale to optimize for price and explore all the lowest prices available during your chosen window from your airport to anywhere in the world. Thinking outside the box helps too. Let's say Paris is your dream vacation and the cheapest flight from your airport during the time you can travel is $800, but tickets to Amsterdam during that period are $400. What about taking an inexpensive inter-Europe flight or train from Amsterdam to Paris after a day or two exploring the Dutch capital? Or could you find out a less convenient airport? You live in Philadelphia, for example, but it's $500 cheaper to fly from Washington, D.C. So you fly D.C. to Paris after taking a $40 Amtrak Stellar train from Philly, saving $460. By setting the price as the top priority, you get much cheaper tickets. If you find this video useful, please click on like, subscribe, and forward to those who may also benefit from this tutorial. Please also head to basecpaplus.com to sign up for our email newsletter full of tips for less taxes and more investment returns. Until next time, God bless.